Hi everyone, welcome back to Leah B Art. I'm Leah and today we have part 2 of my Adventure Time drawing. Speed paint, speed draw, whatever you want to call it. And this is where I've already done the drawing in the previous video. If you haven't seen it, please check it out in the card above. This is where I'm basically just colouring in for the whole thing, and luckily I managed to get the whole thing rather than being cut off partway through because of the thing turning off or whatever else. But I show you how I'm blocking in the solid colours with just a solid brush that I created to do blocking colours in with. I'm using the reference to grab the colours off of as well because I wanted them to be true to the characters. As you can see, just then I put some shoes on lemongrab because I completely forgot to draw those in when I did them last time. Other than that, I'm literally just picking the colours and plopping them on to the drawing. The interesting part will come in a bit when I add all of the textures. For now it's just literally blocking in all the colours. You can see there I completely forgot to draw in the diamonds for Fire Princess, so I quickly did that. Blocked in the hair for Marceline. A tip that I'm using here is when I go to fill in the colours, usually they'll just flood the canvas because I used a textured brush. So if you hold the colour in the top right, drag it onto what you want to fill in, and when you let it go, if it fills more, undo that and then do it again, but instead of letting go, drag to the left and the threshold will become less. So that's what I did with a lot of it. Some of it I didn't though, as you can see I did some of it by hand. Well, there's obviously parts that I had to because they were, when there's gaps, you know? I can't believe I forgot to colour in Jake's muzzle at this point, but crazy. Just picking up where I was, the colours of the mountains. And this is where I recolour the line art so it's a bit more cohesive in the picture. It's mostly just the background and parts of the characters, most of them are just black outlines. Which is, to be expected, it is a cartoon after all. Yay! Colouring in Jake. Just filling in a few blank areas that the textured brush left that I didn't really want. But yeah, see, Fire Princess has a light outline, whereas everyone else has a dark outline. I'm just doing this now. Same with the star on Lumpy Space Princess's head. Background again. Just changing the mountains, I guess you'd say, in Ice King's Kingdom. Ice King's Kingdom, huh? So yeah, I've basically put in all of the flat shades now, which if you were doing Adventure Time true to the cartoon, you would just leave it like that. But I'm not doing that. I'm adding some texture in as per how I wanted it to. I forgot to do the whites, so this is what you can see. I'm just filling in Peppermint Butler's face. So, oh, and other little knickknacks. So it's not green like the background. So yeah, I'm using the Rusted Decay brush, which is under the Industrial family in Procreate, to add this texture onto the piece. And what I do is I just made like a large brush and I just kind of went everywhere, and as you can see I just like then erased where I didn't want it. Because obviously Jake's went pretty much everywhere, so. And I also added in a light shade and a dark shade, unless it didn't need it. But for most of them, I added in a light and a dark. What did I add in, just a dark? I think I did both on some, but maybe just a dark or a darker shade on most. Yeah, that sounds about more right. More right? Sounds about right. I understand that I could have done like clipping masks onto layers and stuff, but I'd actually done all the flats on one layer like a silly Billy, so unfortunately I had to do this the hard way because I didn't help myself out in the first place. But my advice to you guys would be, do your flat colours, like your whites, on one layer, and then do your textures on a layer above and just clip it. And then you don't have to do all the cleanup that I had to do. Meticulous cleanup. You might have to do the hair bit again, because obviously I wanted different texture on the front hair bit to the back hair bit, but apart from that, you'd be golden. So that's a tip to learn from my mistake. I wouldn't say it's a mistake, it's more like I just find it therapeutic rubbing stuff out. So, but that's my thing. I can't remember if I added texture to Bubblegum Princess's crown or not. I don't think I did. No, I didn't. Still, I think it looks pretty good, how it turned out. This is the completed piece. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe and click the little bell. If you found it informative, which I did share a couple of tips, then please consider sharing this video with your friends. That's all for now, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!